Welcome to the Homework Show, and we've got a great park to show you today. I'm extremely excited about introducing you to Beth Crom and the great park here in, is this Irvine?
This is in the city of Irvine, but this is a regional amenity, and it is located exactly in the center of the county, an equal distance from the northern border of the park to the northern border of the county, from the southern border of the park to the southern border of the county. So we call this the heart and soul of Orange County.
Now, Beth, you've got to tell me, we've got this great big balloon, and I heard we're going to go for a ride on it a little bit.
We are, and we'll be one of hundreds of thousands of people that have ridden that balloon this year alone. This is a balloon that is filled with 200,000 cubic feet of helium. It is tethered. It's not going to float away. It won't be around the world in 80 days, but it does take you 400 feet in the air, and it really is the only real observation platform we have here in Orange County. It is free to ride the Great Park balloon, and so I look forward to showing you not just the balloon, but everything that you can see from the balloon.
Beth, it's free to ride this balloon?
It is. You know, one of the things that's been very important to us, because as you may know, this used to be the El Toro Marine Base, and then the base was sold to the federal government, and the people of Orange County through the city of Irvine were given 1,347 acres to develop into a great metropolitan park. And that, for reference, is about twice the size of New York Central Park. So this is an amazing opportunity. But we want this to be a place for everyone, a place where people can come, enjoy a day, go up in the balloon, ride the carousel, participate in one of the many events that we have throughout the year, including this year. We'll be doing for the first time New Year's Eve, a family New Year's Eve here at the Great Park on East Coast time. So when the ball is dropping in Times Square, that orange balloon, which is lit up at night, will be descending here at the Orange County Great Park.
Oh my gosh! That was an incredible amount of information. I can't believe it. First of all, I was going to ask you, this was the El Toro Marine Base, and do they still have the runways out here?
You know, some of the runways continue to remain. They are being used. We're very proud not only of what we do for the public here, but how we've leveraged the land in order to create the revenues necessary to do these free public programs. So, for example, part of the runways are leased out for RV storage. Part of it is used by automobile companies. Sometimes those commercials you see on the air with cars spinning around are taken right out here at El Toro. We have agriculture, over 100 acres, and we have donated from the agricultural lands here more than 1 million pounds of food to local food banks just in the last 3 years alone.
Now, wait a minute, wait a minute. You grow food here and you give it to food banks.
We grow food here. Some of it is sold. Some of it is sold at our farmers market every Sunday from 10 to 2 here at the Orange County Great Park. But yes, we have wonderful partnerships with Second Harvest Food Bank, the Orange County Food Bank. In fact, our Great Pumpkin Harvest, which is coming up on October 22nd, we're asking everyone to bring food to donate to try and make the holidays a little better for people who don't have as much as we do.
I'm already overwhelmed. Beth, you've overwhelmed me with all this information. I can't even believe it. And you probably have more information to tell us.
A lot more information.
Now, the thing is that you have a food stand that people can buy food that's grown out here, fresh, at a food stand. Is that closer around here?
It is. When they first come in here off Marine Way to the Orange County Great Park, they will see the farmers market on Sundays from 10 to 2, and we also have food trucks here, which are very popular. People like to come and have lunch. But as you may know, because I know you've been here in Orange County for a long time, at one time, this entire piece of land that held the Marine Base, that now holds the Great Park, was one of James Irvine's most prized lima bean fields. So as we're preserving the military heritage, we're also preserving the agricultural heritage. We've planted over 200 trees, including the first groves of orange trees that have been planted here in Orange County in several decades.
Now, I remember driving years ago down this Highway 5 and smelling in Orange County and Irvine here the beautiful smell of orange trees. And you're now preserving this idea of Orange County orange trees.
Absolutely. We have planted orange trees. We have all kinds of trees here at the park. As I say, we've planted over 2,000, but we also want to be a park with a heart. So we had some surplus orange trees, and we made those available to underserved communities to be able to grow their own orange groves. So we're not only replanting oranges here at the Great Park, but we're helping to reestablish oranges as an active part of life throughout Southern California.
Now let's get this straight. I've got to get things straight here, Beth, because this is incredible information. It's exciting. The fact is, you've allowed communities, a surrounding community, to have a tree area, and they come and pick them, they fertilize them, they do all that kind of things.
Absolutely. Young people are able to learn that food doesn't come from the grocery store, it comes from the ground. We have an amazing array of crops that are developed out here at the park. And we're working with A.G. Kawamura, who was the former Secretary of Agriculture for the state of California, but whose family has been part of the growing community here in Orange County. So we have some wonderful resources in the people that are working to help us advance this park, and we consider that our nonprofit partners, Arts Orange County, the food banks, but also A.G. Kawamura, his family, all of the people that come together to breathe life into this project.
Okay, now we're going to need to tell people how to get on your website and that type of thing. We're going to find that out. But you've since we were interviewing each other on the phone before we got here, is the fact that you've been sending me emails, and Miracle Grow was a part of something out here. Is that true?
Well, we have funding partners as well, and Miracle Grow is supporting the Orange County Great Park Project with a direct contribution of $500,000, an additional $250,000 in product from their sustainable line that we are using to help us grow things out here at the park. So they're helping us grow the park as well.
Well, I'm overwhelmed. You've got a Ferris wheel over here. You've got lots of parking. It's kind of hidden from the freeway, so sometimes it does seems a little awkward to how to get here. And so I guess the website's going to also help us find that out.
Absolutely. You know, this is located beautifully because this park is accessible by every major arterial in Orange County. We're very close to the 5 freeway, and Sand Canyon is close, but we also you can get here from the 405 up Sand Canyon. Right now our entrance is on Marine Way because this is a park that's in development. We could have built a fence around it and told people come back in 10 or 20 years, but we wanted to activate the park as we built it, and as a result the grand entrance, which will eventually be on Trabuco and much easier for people to find, will be under development in the next couple years, and we look forward to that. But people can go to our website, www.ocgp.org, that's Orange County Great Park, ocgp.org, learn everything they want about how to get here, what's going on here, our calendar of events. So yes, we hope that people will come, and again, this year alone, we've had almost a 500,000 people visit the Great Park. So somebody's finding it, and they're really enjoying the experience.
Well, that's also very exciting. So the park isn't finished by any means, and you're allowing people to come in, and as it evolves and things are happening and things are exciting to do, and being able to, oh, the balloon's already gone up. We're going to get to right on that here pretty soon. Wow, that's way up there. So that went up behind us, and how exciting this is. So Beth, one more time for that email, or no, that website.
Sure. It's www.ocgp.org, and as you look at the balloon, you'll notice we do put a jack-o'-lantern face on it to bring in the spirit of the season. That's special for this time of year, but that balloon flies every Thursday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. There's a little bit of a break between 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., a little break between 4 and 7 p.m. The rides are free, the rides on the carousel are free, and we do encourage people to come out. We also have our new North Lawn, which is an open 9-acre space for all kinds of sports, and so this is a place for people of all ages, a place that has something for everyone.
And so will people be able to get a tour of maybe in your visitor center here of what the projections are for here?
Absolutely. They'll be able to learn at the Visitor Center about things that are coming. The website is also very comprehensive. I also encourage people to come out for our events. We have our annual event in July, our anniversary event. We will have our pumpkin harvest on the 22nd, our New Year's Eve event. We just concluded our Summer Flights and Sounds Summer Festival, where we had 5 Saturday night concerts, 5 Friday night dance parties out under the stars with people like Branford Marsalis, the Preservation Hall Jazz Band, also free. And so when people come to the park, that's the best way to learn what we're doing and what we're going to be doing in the future.
Oh, I'm overwhelmed. I'm definitely overwhelmed. Well, Beth, can we take a ride on that balloon?
Absolutely.
Well, this is the Roger Merrill. I'm Roger Merrill, your host of the Homework Show. And we're going to go take a ride. And Beth Beth Crom, are you going to get to go with us?
I'm going with you.
Okay, you're not afraid of going up there?
No, you know, if anybody's been in an open air elevator on the side of a hotel, it's just about the same. It's tethered, it's not going anywhere, there's netting around it. Not only can you bring your children, you can bring your dogs, and it's handicapped accessible. So if somebody's in a wheelchair or you have a stroller, we can accommodate that as well.
This is so exciting. Come on, Beth, let's go find out how we're going to get in that.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's hold on tight. We're going to go with a little spin. We're in this balloon, the big orange balloon. Hey, everybody say yeah. Now, are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
How far up are we going to go?
400 feet.
And we're going to have a lot of fun. So here we're spinning a little bit, we're up a little bit, and Beth, are you excited about this ride?
Well, this isn't the first ride I've had in the balloon. I've gotten to do this a number of times as chair of the corporation, but it's always exciting, and every day it looks a little different.
That's it. Looks a little different, and we're looking at the runways.
Well, out here are the former runways. If you look off in that direction, you can see that we're using some of the runways for RV storage as a way to generate revenues for the park. Out this way, we have some of the former hangars that were part of the project, but right below us is the area that we call our Western Sector Development, and this is where most of our park features are right now.
Yeah, let's turn around.
All right.
So now the park features are?
Well, we have our Kids Rock play area just below us. We have over here our Palm Court Arts Complex, which has 56 Canary Island date palms, and that is a place for cultural experiences, performances, but we also have Artist in Residence space, and we just kicked off our Artist in Residence program this week. Over in that direction, we have our North Lawn, 9 acres of open field space for kids to play in. We have our carousel. We have a number of agricultural features here, our farm and food lab. Every Sunday we have our farmers market, but we also have 100 acres of active agricultural production here, and are very proud that we're not only memorializing our military history, but also our agricultural history.
We're almost up as high as those helicopters flying around.
That's right. You don't always get to see things flying up here with you, but you can get a great vantage point, and you can see a great deal of the county, and on a clear day, you can see all the way to LA County.
Well, it looks like we can almost today. Well, the fact is it rained yesterday. We've still got some clouds behind us, but this is awesome.
Well, and if you look over here, you can see the train tracks. This park will be accessible from the train station here in the city of Irvine, which is the most active train station in Orange County. And I think as metropolitan parks go, there's not another I can think of in America where people will be able to take the train and enter directly into the park.
Wow, this is exciting. Now, are we at 400 feet yet?
Right there.
We're almost at 400 feet. Is this as tall? And who do we have running this? What's your name?
My name's Matt.
Matt? Matt?
Chief pilot.
Matt's the chief pilot. Now, is he a good pilot?
He's a great pilot. I would never say anything bad about Matt when I was 400 feet above the Great Park.
Oh, yes, that's a very interesting point that you have. Well, look at us. We're actually revolving here to see other areas. We see the 405, the 5 freeway. We see Irvine over there. We see the old runways that are down here.
Irvine Spectrum.
Irvine Spectrum.
And all of the mountains and hillsides that surround this area. I don't know, Matt, do you know what the furthest point we can see on the landscape is today? Do you know what we're looking at?
You can faintly see Long Beach Palos Verdes.
Long Beach Palos Verdes. We'll have to see. Yes. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Are you guys excited about coming up here?
Yay!
Yes, they are. This is so neat. And why don't we just take a balloon ride, just disconnect and let's... No, that's probably not a good idea.
It's not even an option.
Oh.
This is a helium balloon. It's not a hot air balloon. It is tethered, so people are not going to float away anywhere. It's filled with about 200,000 cubic feet of helium, and this is...
What's the diameter of this balloon?
What is the diameter?
It's 74 feet, and right now we've got a pumpkin face on it. That's really cool for this time of year.
Absolutely. We try and bring in the festive feeling of our autumn holidays, and at night this balloon does fly from 7 to 10. The balloon flies Thursdays through Sundays, but also the balloon gets lit from the inside, so it's really like a beautiful glowing orb that hovers above the landscape here.
Well, that's cool. So you have lights inside, so when it does get dark, it lights up.
It lights up, and it's lit from the ground, so it's a beautiful sight to see.
Now, I've had people on the show email me in and say, what is that big balloon doing out there? And so now you're a witness to what it does. It comes up 400 feet. It has Matt, right? Matt flying it, and he's doing a great job. We're really excited. This is, oh man, can you look down and see all the park and all the facilities?
You can see our crops down here.
Oh yes, let's see, mention that again.
Well, we have over 100 acres in active agricultural production here, and over the last 3 years we've donated more than 1 million pounds of food to local food banks from the park.
Well, that's exciting. And I can see that you're really taking this piece of property and utilizing it in an awesome way. Now, there was a little controversy when it did get first sold. It was housing developments wanted to put housing in here. Do you know anything about that?
Well, actually, the bigger controversy was that there were people who wanted to create an airport here at El Toro because they saw that there were runways. But the military actually closed the El Toro Marine Base because of urban encroachment and safety issues. So it would not have been a safe place to build an international airport. It also would have been like dropping an international airport into a developed area. So we felt it was better to preserve this for a great metropolitan park, and there will be housing surrounding this. The base was sold for $649.5 million by the federal government to Lennar Corporation. It's now being developed by 5 Point Communities, and so the park itself will be 1,347 acres, twice the size of New York Central Park at the heart of the property, but there will be residential, commercial, and retail development at the edges. And I do tell people we sort of owe a debt of gratitude to the federal government for basically commandeering 7 square miles of James Irvine's favorite lima bean fields to put the El Toro Marine Base here in the 1940s, because if it hadn't been out of circulation for 60 years, there surely wouldn't be 1,347 acres of open space to create a great metropolitan park today.
Yeah, right in the middle of this city, a county.
Absolutely, and when you think about how Orange County has grown, when the El Toro base opened in 1942, there were less than 200,000 people in the entire county. Today, there are over 3 million. So we think that it's important for those 3 million people to have the kind of great public space that we're developing here at the Orange County Great Park.
Well, I know that you're doing a lot of great work, and I just see the potential of growth here and how you're going to expand. And how long do you think it'll take to get your whole concept put together?
Well, you know, I remind people that Central Park in New York, which was built on a swamp, nobody had to deconstruct a military base to build that park, was started around the time of the Civil War, and the last major features went in the 1930s. So a truly great park never really stops evolving, but we would expect within the next 10 to 20 years to have most of the major features here at the park, the cultural terrace. By next summer, we will have our south lawn, which will have up to 4 lighted soccer fields. We will have a hike and bike trail developed within that time. We'll have a new visitor center by next summer, by the end of next year. And so we are constantly in development, and as we open parts of the park, we make them accessible to the public so that the public can actually come up here in the balloon and watch the great park grow right beneath their feet.
Well, I'm watching it grow right before my feet, and it is extremely spectacular. As if I can tell you, it is definitely spectacular. And well, thank you, Beth, for discussing all these exciting things that the great park has to offer, and the fact that you're allowing the public to come in and utilize it as you're growing and as you're developing. So that is something that you don't wait until it's completed, kind of like Disneyland was. You had to wait for several years for it to be built, and then you get to come in ride on these great rides.
Well, I tell people, 55 years ago when Walt Disney cleared some agricultural lands to create this wonderful fantasy world, nobody expected that 55 years later we'd all be riding on Autopia every day, our lives would be a roller coaster, and all we'd want to do is wander through a fragrant grove of orange trees. So I feel like we're bringing balance here to Orange County, and we're very excited about the project.
Well, I'm excited to be here with you today, and I really appreciate your time and everything to show us. And Matt, thanks a lot for bringing us up in the balloon. And people, did you have a great time? Yeah. Yes, they did have a great time. And I had a great time, and I encourage you to come out here and visit the Great Park. Is that the name of it now?
It's the Orange County Great Park, and again, www.ocgp.org.
Because you need to come and see this and experience this experience yourself, because I don't think I can do it justice. Beth's done a great job, but the fact is that unbelievable. And so this is Roger Merrill and Beth Crom, and this is the Great Park. And this is the Homework Show, and thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and so does the Great Park.